Connective tissue and nervous tissue.
Good afternoon, children. Have you all completed all the work up to what we have completed? Okay. We have completed up to the animal tissues, the first two animal tissues. Before I go to the next topic, I want to tell you a few things. I checked few notebooks of 9th standard, and from that what I came to understand is that few students are systematically doing the work as and when the class is taken. But at the same time, there are few students who had not done the work. See, when you don't do the work systematically, what happens is your workload will increase. And it will be a burden for you to complete all the work together. And you will not understand also what you are writing. Just for the sake of completing, you will fast write and complete all the things, but you would not have understood anything that you have written in the note. I was very happy that few students had not completed anything, but within the next day morning, I think I called one day afternoon, and by the next day morning they had completed all the work, that 5 classes work they had completed. I'm happy that you completed and showed to me, but just imagine how much time you spent together. At a stretch you have sat and written, sparing your sleep also. So at least from that you should learn a lesson and complete the work systematically. It's a lesson for others also. Those who have not completed, those whose notebooks are incomplete till today, please complete and keep the notebook ready. In coming days, I'll be calling the other students also and asking you to submit the note. Those who have already submitted, you need not submit again. I will call you turn-wise. I'll be calling students. So if I call the first 10 students, if those whom I called last week, I think nearly 20-25 students, more than that I have called. Those students, you need not submit the remaining topics what I am going to take today. I will call you later. Only that time the remaining portions you will submit it. So all of you, please complete the notes, learn the topic, and be ready to answer the questions that I ask you when I call you, and also to submit the notes when I ask you to submit. Hope you will do it. I was very happy to see the notebook neatly written up, which you were not doing it last year, that systematically, that neatly. So today we will be learning the next 2 topics, that is next 2 animal tissues. Last class we learned 2 animal tissues. What were they? Yes, epithelial tissue and muscular tissue. Today we will be learning the next 2, that is connective tissue and nervous tissue. It's very easy ones, but only thing you have to understand and learn in the same order that I am telling you. Shall we learn the first one today? Yes. The first tissue that we are going to learn today is connective tissue. Connective tissue is a tissue where the cells are spaced far. They are loosely spaced. And this tissue, as the word indicates, it connects the different structures in the body, the animal body. Depending upon the function they do, their structure or the matrix, their content, what it is made up of, their structure, everything will vary. Connective tissue is of different types. We will be learning one by one separately. The different types of connective tissues are blood, the only liquid connective tissue in our body. Second, bones, cartilage, tendons, ligaments, adipose tissue and areolar tissue. The different connective tissues in our body are, yes, blood, second, bones, third, cartilage, fourth, tendons, fifth, ligaments, sixth, adipose tissue, and seventh, areolar tissue. Depending upon their function, their arrangement, their cells, their matrix, all these tissues are made up, contains a matrix. This matrix, the substance which it is made up of, may be jelly-like, may be solid or liquid. So now we shall learn each connective tissue separately. Shall we? Yes.
So connective tissues. Connective tissues are of different types. In all these connective tissues, cells are loosely spread. The matrix may be jelly-like, fluid, dense or rigid. So depending upon the tissue, the state of the matrix may differ. Matrix is a substance which is present in the tissue. Third, it helps in connecting, binding, packaging and supporting different structures of the animal body. Fourth, it enables the body to function as an integrated whole. So as you read this, as you attend the class, please take down all these points in your biology note. Okay, the notes won't be given later, so everything should be copied in your biology note. The first connective tissue is blood. It is the only fluid connective tissue in our body. You know, it is a connective tissue because it connects different parts of the body. It is a mobile connective tissue which constitutes the transport system of animals. It is through this tissue that substances are transported. Vascular tissue is of two types. Vascular tissue is the blood. Okay, transporting tissue or vascular tissue it is called. So this tissue is of two types. Two ways the things are transported in our body. One is through blood and the other one is lymph. Lymph is also called as tissue fluid. You have learned in the previous chapter, the first chapter. Blood has two parts. You know, the fluid matrix is called as the plasma, which makes up almost 55% of the blood, and the second one is blood cells, that makes 45% of the blood. Blood cells are floating in the fluid matrix called plasma. Blood cells are of three types, you know, RBC, WBC and platelets. So first we'll discuss about plasma. After that I will tell you about each cells in just a point each. Plasma is a liquid matrix. It is pale yellow in color. 90 to 92% is water and 8 to 10% consists of organic and inorganic substances. It contains proteins, salt and hormones. It transports gases, digested food, hormones and waste materials. Blood cells are of three types. RBC, red blood cells. It contains a red color pigment called hemoglobin and it helps in the transport of oxygen. WBC, it fights against diseases, and platelets help in clotting of blood. The next connective tissue is bone. As I have given here, please learn in the same order. Bones and cartilage together, tendons and ligaments together, then adipose tissue, blood already we discussed, then adipose tissue and areolar tissue. Most often these tissues in the same order will be asked to differentiate. Okay, so first bone. Bones form the framework of the body. It is strong and non-flexible tissue. Third, it anchors muscles and supports the main organs of the body. So muscles are attached to the bones. Muscles and bones together help in movement. Next, matrix is made up of calcium and phosphorus. Here the matrix is a hard or solid matrix which is made up of calcium and phosphorus. So when you learn, please see that 4 points for bones, compare it with the cartilage and learn it. So mostly it will be asked like compare or differentiate bones and cartilage. Fifth point, it is porous and it has blood vessels. Blood vessels are present. You know, bones, inside the bone, the center, there is a Haversian canal, and inside that is the blood cells. Blood vessels are present. Red blood cells are produced in the bone marrow. Next connective tissue is cartilage. they are flexible. Bones are non-flexible. Here it is flexible. Second, composed of proteins and sugars. What is bones composed of? Calcium and phosphorus. Third point, it smoothens the surfaces of the joints. Where bones are joined, these cartilages will smoothen that surface. Fourth, it is present in the nose, ear, trachea, larynx, etc. Fifth, it is non-porous. You know, bones are porous. Your cartilage is non-porous. And sixth point, blood vessels are absent. Next, connective tissue is tendons. Tendons and ligaments should be learned together. Tendons is strong and non-flexible. Second, they connect muscles to bones. Third, it is formed of white fibrous connective tissue. White fibrous connective tissue is inelastic. That is why it is very strong. So, main point is tendons are muscle fibers, non-flexible muscle fibers which connect muscles to bones. Next is ligaments. Ligaments are elastic and flexible. Second, it joins bones to bones. Third, it is formed of yellow fibrous connective tissue. When you compare, bones are rigid, tendons are non-flexible and strong, whereas ligaments are elastic and flexible. Tendons will join muscles to bones. Here, ligaments will join bone to bone. Tendons are made up of white fibrous connective tissue, whereas ligaments are made up of yellow fibrous tissue. Yellow fibrous connective tissue is flexible one. Hope it is clear. Next connective tissue which we are going to discuss is adipose tissue. It is a fat storing tissue found under the skin and between internal organs. Cells are filled with fat globules. These fat rich cells, storage of fat also lets it act as an insulator. So, the fatty food items when you consume, the excess fat that we take in is stored under the skin. And this will form as an insulation to our body and protects our body from external shock. Next connective tissue is areolar tissue. Areolar tissue is found between the skin and muscles, around the blood vessels and nerves and in the bone marrow. It fills the space inside the organs. It supports internal organs and helps in repair of tissues. With that, we have come to the end of the connective tissue.
Hope you have understood the connective tissue properly. Have you? Okay. The next tissue that we are going to discuss today is nervous tissue. Nervous tissue is made up of nerve cell or neuron. Neuron or a nerve cell, the neuron is the functional unit of the nervous system. It is the longest cell in our body. We have already learned in the first chapter, cells are of different shape and structure. Neuron is an example for a cell which has got a branch structure. It is the longest cell in our body. We will learn the structure of neuron with the help of a slide.
Nervous tissue. Nervous tissue. The functional unit of the nervous tissue is neuron. The cells of the nervous tissue are highly specialized for being stimulated and then transmitting the stimulus very rapidly from one place to another within the body. The brain, spinal cord and nerves are all composed of the nervous tissue. You know, the brain, spinal cord and nerves are the system that help in control and coordination. Each cell, that is each neuron, has three main parts, that is cyton, dendron and axon. Like any cell, neuron also has a cell body which is called as the cyton. It has cytoplasm and nucleus. The branched structures that arise from the cyton is called as dendron and dendrites. The single long hair-like structure or the hair-like part that arises from the cytin is called as axon. Dendrons or dendrites will transmit the message towards the cell body, and axon will transmit the message away from the cell body to the neighboring neuron. The axon is the part that connects to the neighboring neuron. An individual nerve cell may be up to a meter long. It is the longest cell in our body. Many nerve fibers bound together by connective tissue make up a nerve. The signal that passes along the nerve fiber is called a nerve impulse. Nerve impulses allow us to move our muscles when we want to. The functional combination of nerve and muscle tissue is fundamental to most animals. This combination enables animals to move rapidly in response to stimuli. So it is with the help of the neuron that we animals are able to respond to external stimulus. This response to stimuli is an important characteristic of all living organisms. So with that, we have come to the end of this chapter.
I think you have understood nervous tissue from the slide. So with that, we have come to the end of the second chapter, that is tissues. First half we discussed plant tissues, second half we discussed animal tissues. I'll quickly tell you the topics which we discussed in the tissue chapter. First half plant tissues, we discussed meristematic tissue, permanent tissue. Under permanent tissue, simple permanent, complex permanent. Under simple permanent tissue, we discussed parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Complex permanent tissue, we discussed xylem and phloem, which are the conductive tissues in plants. In animal tissue, second half of the chapter, we discussed epithelial tissue, which is protective in function, muscular tissue, tissue which helps in movement. Third, connective tissue, which connects different structures in our body. And fourth, we discussed nervous tissue, which is the main tissue which helps us to respond to stimuli, which help in coordinating our body. Hope all the topics are clear to you. Please complete all the work, all the diagrams, everything, and keep the notebook ready. As and when I call you, please submit it for correction. So children, here worksheet I won't be giving you separately. Please note down these two questions. First question, with the help of a neat label diagram, explain the structure of neuron. Explanation part is there in the textbook. Read the textbook and explain. Diagram is also there in the text. Draw the same diagram. Second question, explain the different types of connective tissue. For this, you can write the same points which I had shown in the slide while explaining the connective tissue. Okay, you need not draw the diagram of connective tissue in the notebook. Just go through the diagrams. If at all it is asked, you must know. Hope all the things are clear. Complete your work and keep the notebook ready. So when I ask you to submit, you can submit it very fast. Thank you.